So now it is my honor and my pleasure to introduce to you today's singer and speaker from Los Angeles. And he might, do a little vacuuming afterwards. I don't know. He's doing a lot of stuff here. He's a man who travels throughout the world teaching people how to begin to create less distance from the spiritual nature that they are and the human nature that they are. Because, that's our ultimate work. We are spiritual beings having a human experience, and our work is to be able to not talk about those as either or, but simply as the oneness that we actually are. So it is a great pleasure that I introduce to you Gary Quinn. Please welcome him.
Thank you and welcome. I thought this song was appropriate to just sort of bring us together under the one house of oneness to kind of connect you all before we start the service. So enjoy, and you can sing along with it. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Whoa. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life as well. You may say I'm a dreamer, oh, but I'm not the only one today. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Thank you. Good morning. My talk today is Be Your Divine Self. Love is all there is. God is all there is. And use the yes frequency to get you there. We have to understand that today is a celebration of life and love. Today is the opportunity for all of us to take our power and use it, to connect to Spirit and know that everything you've done up until this point has been correct. And that no matter what happened yesterday, today is a new day. In this moment is a new moment, a new day. So whatever thoughts you had about what you came in here to believe, it's about what you will receive and know. In order to believe, you must trust. And when we say yes to life, we're really giving ourselves the permission to move forward. All of us in this room are divine spirits. All of us are connected to the source. And what we have to understand is that when we start to become the frequency of yes, you're really saying it's the frequency of love. And with love, you connect to God, because God is all there is. And when we understand that today is the day to give yourself the permission to move forward, today is the opportunity to say yes to you, to give yourself a pat on the back and acknowledge yourself as being whole, confident, trustworthy, loving, and give yourself that power now to know that everything is possible. We live in this world of no's, and we have to understand that yes gives us the way to move forward. Love gives us the source to understand that love is a vibration. You can't buy love. You have to become love. So people say, what is love? Is it a Hallmark card? Is it a puppy? Is it a box of chocolates? No, it's a frequency that is about yes, that all of you need to get inspired about. See, we lose faith in ourselves and we say we're not really inspired about ourselves. So let's say some quick yeses to say, I'm inspired. 1, 2, 3, just yes. 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 Okay, I want to believe it. I'm not believing you. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yes. 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 Yes, 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 excellent. So as we start to move into these principles, we have to understand that every one of you in this world has a gift, that we came into this world to share, to honor, to inspire, and that no matter what you're doing at this moment, you can always turn it around. Yeah. You can always know that there is a faith that moves through us and we trust it. And that when we start to rejoice that and we put our power back into trust and in the universe, we will start to see results. And every day you have to understand that people are always looking for a quick fix. But the fix is not really that. It's about turning it over and trusting and giving it up and say, I'm not in control of this. You have to know that every day we move with this frequency and know when you are trusting, you're really saying that the God-like energy flows through me. I don't have to do anything. How hard is that? But we want to control because we said, I got to do this. No, I have to do it this way. I have to see proof. But the proof is just standing in it and becoming it. Yes. That is the secret. You know, when they talk about the laws of attraction, the vibration that you're in is what you're attracting. But you have to remember, you have to do some work. It's not just you saying, you know, I'm going to do this and that. You must actually become it through your cellular level. That means you have to practice the principles. You have to speak the language of miracles. You have to go out there and be of service. You have to trust. You have to forgive. And when you don't forgive, you can't move forward. Because your space is so full inside, how can you bring anything new in? So when we talk about forgiveness, in all spiritual principles, that main step is to move you forward. And how many of you are still holding some kind of resentment or anger about someone? Okay. That was all of us. Okay. That's the forgiveness button. Got to watch it because it's a hot button. It's a hot topic. So you have to now understand that if you're angry or you're, let's say, holding some anger with someone, you're going to not move forward. You know, many years ago, I also worked in the entertainment business doing many things. One of my, let's say, bosses that I worked for was a very well-known actress on a TV series. And I did a lot of work for her. I did everything for her, really. But she never really acknowledged me only as that helper and that person who worked for her. So it took a lot of years to shift. And as I finished work with her about 30 years ago, I held on to this anger and resentment. And I felt there was a real lot, there was a void there that I wasn't, let's say, fully whole because she never acknowledged me. I was looking for her to acknowledge me. And she was maybe never going to do it. But I was very angry. I held on to this anger for years. Well, guess what? Years and years passed by. When I wrote my very first book, I had to do some homework. And I had to start cleaning out the closets of saying, who am I angry with? Who do I need to forgive? One of them was her. And so I put it in the hands of the higher being, and they put me in a restaurant at the same moment when she was there with her husband. Well, of course, she sees me, and she comes up to me and she says, hi, how's it going? I go, great. And she said, I'm doing this and I'm doing that. So I figured, what a great way for me to just forgive her right now. She wasn't listening to me anyway. She never listened to me. So I just said, I forgive you, I forgive you, I forgive you, I forgive you, I forgive you. And she just kept on rattling on. I'm in Annie Get Your Gun. I'm in People Magazine. And the energy flowed and lifted off of me. I was released because I was holding this power of anger with her. And until I let that go, I couldn't move forward. Well, it was so interesting. 10 years later, I've only ran into her twice. And she kind of understands what I do, but she really doesn't understand. So here's for once again, when you're in the divine space of love and commitment, that's a hot button, I had to keep forgiving because as you uncover the layers, you keep finding out something else you need to forgive. So 2 weeks ago, I sent her an email. I said, hi, it's me. I just wanted to check in. I saw you on the TV, and I just wanted to wish you well. And here's information about my new book. She immediately sent me a text and said, Spirit was working with me. And she said, oh, I'd love you to be on my radio show next in a couple weeks. Would you? I have a new radio show. I said, I'd love to do it. I go in 3 days ago. I'm supposed to only do 10 minutes with her. Well, Spirit was moving. I talked about the principles, about forgiveness, about love, about really paying attention and listening. She kept me on for 2 hours. And Spirit was getting that message out there, and she said, oh my God, you're amazing. She never said that ever to me. And I said, thank you. You're amazing too. I love you. So there was a healing there that I had to wait 30-some years for. Now she said, oh, anytime you want to come back on the show, if you're out and about, you can be remote. Call in and check in with us. So that was healed. So no matter where you are today, go through your life and say, where do I still need to heal some things? It could be with a parent. It could be with a loved one. It could be with yourself. You don't want to forget to heal yourself. So when you forgive yourself, you're able to say, yes, I'm able to name and claim what my purpose is. That the divine source rocks through you when you let it come in. And all of you came into this life to be an incredible being and do something amazing. But some of you go, well, I don't know. You have to get clear. You have to have a purpose in this lifetime. And you can't give me the excuse that you're too old, or that you don't know enough, or that you just don't have enough time. That's a good one. So you have to understand that every day now you have to say, what am I doing to remember to forgive? So I have to take action to understand that each one of us has to work the principles. We have to understand that every morning we have to be grateful for where we are. Because most people are saying, well, if I only had that, I'd feel better. If I had more money, I'd feel better. If I lost weight, I'd feel better. If I had that amazing partner, I'd feel better. If I had that hit book, I'd feel better. If I sold my house, I'd feel better. If I bought a house, I'd feel better. The list goes on. So let's forget about that. Let's close the door to the past. Let's start to forgive people and forgive ourselves. Let's close the door to the future. And let's start to live in the now, present, right now. In this moment, you were glorious. In this moment, you are loving. And that peace comes to those that trust and are open to receive. And that we know that when we start to know when we're whole, we don't have to look outside ourselves for validation. You know, no matter where I go in the world, the main theme is people are always saying to me, I don't feel I'm good enough. And it was very interesting. Many years ago, I had the opportunity to interview Louise Hay. Amazing lady. She hardly does any interviews. Spirit was with me that day. She said, I wanted him to interview me. And I sat her down. I said, Louise, only 10 questions, and they're going to be quick. And she said, oh, okay. I said, how do you want to be remembered when you leave this life? And she said, Gary, that I was an amazing, crazy, fun lady who rode a motorcycle. And I said, okay. And then I said to her, Louise, what is your biggest fear? I know you have all these spiritual books and you've written everything. And she said, you know what? She was a Science of Mind minister. And she said, Gary, after all these years, I still feel I'm not good enough. And she's in her 80s. And she said, and I have to close the box and say I'm good enough and not listen to it and say affirmations and trust that it flows through me of the divine source of love. Because really, love is all there is. And when you understand how do you become more love, it doesn't mean you have to go around and hug everybody, I love you, I love you, I love you. It means you're doing acts of kindness. It means you're emanating this vibration. It means that you're doing things that support your group, support your friends, that you're not in judgment, and that you're not, let's say, thinking, if I only had more. We are perfect and whole right now. And when you start to understand that you don't have to look any further than yourself, that's when the healing starts. And that when people say to me, I had a friend one time, I said to him, until you can turn the lights on for you, you cannot turn on the lights for anyone else. And when we understand that as being trust and love, the vibration starts to flow. You become happy. You begin to glow. And people go, wow, you look amazing. Because your energy is all we are. So when we let spirit in and we stop giving ourselves the excuses why we can't do something, we begin to honor ourselves and know that this is the moment. This is the 11th hour for you to say, let's take action. Let's be in action. And really do something now that really makes a difference. You know, everybody has a busy schedule. Everybody is doing something. But what are you doing to, let's say, honor mankind, honor yourself? What are you doing other than making money? At the end of the day, you're not taking your bank account with you. You're not taking your favorite car. You're not taking your house. I got news for you. You're just taking the experience and the love and the wholeness that you've learned in this lifetime. So we have to really pay attention now that in this moment it's about you being you to the fullest. The word beautiful is be you to the fullest. Okay? And when you are beautiful, you become a shining star. You know, sometimes people have worked with me for years. I've been blessed to be able to travel the world and teach many cultures. They're looking for the same thing. They just want to be accepted. They want to be loved. They want to just be whole and feel like I'm doing something in my life. But when we start to lose focus, we can get right back on the horse and start riding. Don't worry about, you don't have enough money, you don't have enough this or whatever. Money is energy. It will come. When you're in the divine source of prosperity, it's your divine right. Yes. Have you ever looked at a dollar bill and turned it over? It says, "In God we trust." They know something we don't know. So you have to understand that there's a presence everywhere. So when you know that now is the time to grab this, now is the time to honor yourself, now is the time to really love yourself and say, what am I doing? Wake up, snap out of it. Now is the day to say, I'm going to do something today that's going to make an impact on my family, on myself. I'm going to get healthy. I'm going to do something actively that takes care of myself, that I'm actually doing something that makes me feel good. Because as we start doing that, you start to radiate the frequency of yes. And when someone says yes to you, you say, wow, I feel great, thank you. You're acknowledging yourself. So today is the day to say yes to life, yes to you, yes to everything that makes you excited about being inspired. So if you haven't started that idea or project, it's not too late. It can be worked on and just developed, and using that power, it will happen. So you've got to dream big. A lot of people lose focus of their dreams, but we have to have our dreams, and you can't negate your dreams. Dream big. People dream so small. How many of you still are, I'm coming down here. How many of you are still not living your dream? How many of you forgot about your dream or put it on the back burner? Okay. You cannot give up your dream. Dreams are available to everyone. But you've got to know that the miracle starts with you. The miracle starts with you believing first that dreams do appear. When you learn the language of miracles, you will understand how the energy flows. You will understand the balance that we need to get back into. You will understand who to give this powerful, joyful energy to. It's about you being whole. It's about you being trustful. It's about you honoring yourself. It's about you saying, I am willing to turn it over and have an incredible life. You were not brought into this life just to suffer. I don't think so. Amen. I think we were brought in to be a light, a shiny, bright light, to really say, here's who I am, here's what I offer. You know, I had a woman who was very blocked and very angry, and I said to her, what do you really love doing? She says, I'm retired, Gary, but I don't know what to do with my time. I'm angry with my children. I'm angry with my husband dying on me. I'm angry with my everything. She was angry. I'm angry with myself. I said, you need to forgive yourself first. She did a whole forgiveness process. She was in bed for 4 weeks. She was so ill because the energy was coming out of her. And then I said to her, what would you really love to do? She says, I love baking. I said, then bake away. She started baking. She started giving cookies, everything, cupcakes, everything to all the neighbors, to all her friends. All of a sudden, people started saying, hey, I love your cake. Can you do me a birthday cake? She got so busy, she had to hire a staff of 10 people. Wow. She is now the biggest muffin bread lady on the Isle of Man where she lives, where I've taught before. And she looks younger. She's got a boyfriend who is actually delivering the cakes for her. So this woman is now so excited about living again. She has got this vibration love because she's happy. She forgave the past. She's living 100% in the now. So wherever you are in your life, start to honor yourself. Start to take action. Start to do something. Get off that sofa and do something. Stop watching TV. Get in there and write a book. Write a song. Do whatever it is that you need to do. Go plant flowers. Go help, Reverend Georgia with his church. I mean, it's beautiful. Spread the word. Get out there and spread the word. Yeah. So don't wait anymore. I guarantee you, people will listen when you walk in this energy.
You know, it's very interesting. Yesterday, I went to Whole Foods because they put makeup on me at the TV show and it got in my eye. So I went to the holistic place in Whole Foods and I said, tell me, where are you? What's your vibration? This woman who was helping me. She says, well, this is just a job for me. I said, no, it's not a job. You're serving people. You need to be excited. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go outside. I'm going to bring you a CD and a book. I gave her a CD and a book, and she was like, wow, for free? And I said, yes, absolutely. So all of a sudden, I was doing a little talk there. I had a crowd of like 10 people going, where do I get the book? I said, I can't give them away. But I said, all I want you to see is that you're inspiring the vibration. So no matter where you walk, your vibration draws people in. Wherever I am in the world, I speak to everybody. When I'm in Japan, I'm in the supermarket, I speak to the clerks. They don't even speak English. I don't speak Japanese. I'm going, hey, how are you? And she's going, oh, da, 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 da. I'm like, oh, great to see you. Hey, move the energy. Everybody's so serious. Everybody walking on the street like this, they don't even look at anybody. I said, wake up. I do it in Italy. I do it everywhere. It doesn't matter. I do it in Los Angeles. They might think I'm mad, but who cares? It's none of their business. What people think of you is none of your business. This is the life you've been waiting to live. Honor it, trust it, create it, and know that it doesn't get any easier or any harder than right now. In this moment is your moment. Let's make it an incredible moment. Let's get out there and be spiritual warriors. Let's get out there and change the world, change your community. You can uplift the energy and the light in Sacramento. You know, we can uplift it in the world. So if all these pockets of lights or energy are flowing, guess what's going to happen? The world is going to be in one. We're going to all have the same thought, the same togetherness, that we're all the same. We're all made out of the same thing. It just imagines the sun shines on all of us. Do you want to wear a parasol or do you want to accept the sun? It doesn't matter. Do you want to wear a hat? So you can receive whatever you want. So make a choice today that's clear. I decided to bring music back into my world because many years ago I had put it aside because I had a record contract in my 20s. So I brought back this energy, and I was having dinner with a friend of mine. You probably know her. She was an amazing woman. She was a really good friend of mine, Debbie Ford. And Debbie and I had been working together for the last 10 years. And I was sitting with her in San Diego about last November. And she'd been very ill, and I knew that this was it, I wasn't going to see her anymore because she was too ill. And she said to me, Gary, you know, Gary, you can't have any regrets. You have to do everything. And you talked about this music with me years ago. You need to do it. And I said, okay, I will. And then I knew at that moment, I said goodbye to her, that would be it. I wouldn't see her ever again. But that impact hit me. And in February, when her sister called me and said that she had passed, I said, wow, I need to take action. That was a sign. And I said my intention was I'm going to find a music person that can help me record a song. And I picked the song Beautiful because everybody is beautiful. And so within 2 weeks, I manifested a producer, and we created it, we recorded it, and I'm going to sing it to you today. But it's really a reminder for you to really understand that life doesn't get any better than right now. So let's live in the now. Let's create your future. Let's rejoice your future. And let's say a hallelujah to you. So can I hear a hallelujah for you? Hallelujah. Let's hear a yes for you. Yes. Let's hear a yes for your dreams. Yes. Let's hear a yes for all your financial abundance. Yes. Let's hear a yes for this church growing worldwide and this ministry becoming a household name. Yes. So live your yes power now. Live your divine self and be all that you can be today. Thank you. I love you, and God bless you all.